Hello and welcome to the Tombak Academy Level 2. I am Ziya and we are going to continue the learning and the practice of this Persian drum called Tombak. In the previous level, in the level 1, we learned many techniques on the Tombak, the basic techniques of the Tombak, the tom, the bak, the me, and the ke. And we learned many patterns and many exercises. So if you are not familiar with this language, I suggest you to go back to the previous videos and get familiar to this language. In the level 2, we are going to learn more sounds, more techniques on the tombak, and more rhythms. Today, I will show you two of the most important sounds on the tombak. I call them re and le. Both of them together will make the main role of the tombak. In Persian, we call it Riz-e Por or Riz-e Noh Angoshti. It means full roll or a roll with 9 fingers. Because we're going to use 9 fingers, 5 from the right hand and 4 from the left hand. And also combining them, we can get the ornaments, the Eshareh, before tom or before bak. So I will use an example of the roll. An example of Eshareh before tom. Example of Eshareh before bak. So it's the combination of these two sounds, the re and the le. Now I will show you how to play the re. The re is played with the right hand. The very important thing is the preparation for this sound, for this stroke. So place your hand, relax, on the normal position, and your fingers are all relaxed. We bring up the wrist, and we don't bring the fingers all the same place. We place them separately. So the small finger lower, then the ring finger, the middle finger, and the index. And the thumb is the same level than the small fingers. So when I bring back the wrist, the fingers will hit separately. They will not come together on the skin. So if I don't bring them separately, when I bring back, they almost hit together. So it's very important to, when I bring up the hand from the wrist, to have this position. Other things, the movement is coming from the wrist and not from the fingers. The fingers are loose, and when I move the hand, the finger will hit the skin. Other important things is don't let your fingers on the skin. Like this, you don't want a damp sound. We want the open sound. So make sure to bounce the hand on the tombak. Other important things is don't break your wrist from inside. This will damage your wrist. So it's all important that to bring up the wrist, and when you hit, it go to the relaxed position. Don't start here and then when you hit, you have to break the wrist. This will damage the wrist, and we don't get the good sound. So it's important to bring up the wrist, and then we bring down. And we play with the soft parts of the fingers, the first phalanx of the fingers. So all this part, the soft part, and also this part of the thumb. So the thumb and the small finger hit together, and then followed by a ring finger, a middle finger, and the index. I will make a slow motion video. And now the same thing we're gonna apply to the left hand, and we will call it le, because it's a left hand. But if you are left-handed, all the strokes re you play on the left hand and le on the right hand. For me, I'm right-handed, so I play the left with the upper hand, the left hand. So same thing, the preparation is very important. First, you relax your hand on the drum, the hand here, and then we bring up again from the wrist. The movement is again from the wrist, and I bring the fingers not together, like separately. And this hand, the thumb is not hitting the skin, so it can be relaxed on the side of the hand. So when I bring back the wrist, the fingers hit the drum separately. If I bring them all together like this, they will come down all together, and I will not get the good sound. So I want to have the fingers separate when I prepare the stroke. So again, it's important to not leave the fingers on the drum. We want the bounce. Important, the movement comes from the wrist and not the fingers. Other important things, bring the fingers separately. When you prepare the stroke, make sure that the fingers are not at the same level. It's normal that it will take some time to get the good sound, but everything is possible with some practice and some work. So don't discourage yourself. Be patient and practice. And also again for the left hand, it's important to not break your wrist like this. We don't want this, it will damage your wrist. And just bring up from the wrist, you show the palm, and then you bring back, and it comes exactly to the relaxed position. Other thing, to have the good position for the left hand, is not, make sure it's not too back, because you will not hit the skin, or it's not too low. The most important is it's when you create the angle of 90 degrees here, so the joints are on the edge of the drum. So it creates a 90 degree, and then this is the normal position of your left hand. So from here, we start lifting from the wrist, making the space between the fingers, and then I bring back I hit the drum from the wrist. And again, I hit from the top of the fingers, from the top of the first phalanx of the fingers. Another slow motion. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you have any questions or requests, please write me. Practice well, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.